They say love is patient and love is kind. But what happens when love is tested by lies, pride, and a cruel twist of fate? This is the bitter pill, a story of love, of betrayal, and the painful journey towards forgiveness. Meet Dayo and Titi, a young intending couple deeply in love and ready to build a future together. They lived happily, shared everything, or so Titi thought. But Dayo carried a secret, a very deep secret, one that will soon destroy the happiness they share. He had been told by his medical doctor that he could never father a child. Ashamed, afraid, he told no one, not even the woman he claimed he loved, that is Titi. Months later, Titi became pregnant. To her, it was a blessing, a thing of joy, a thing to be celebrated, news to make you to dance. And to today, it was an impossibility. It was an impossibility. Thus, he accused her of betrayal, of waywardness. He accused her of unfaithfulness, and he called her unprintable names. And that same day that she came to share the good news, he drove her out of his house and out of his life, thus shattering the happiness they once shared. Time passed, and then came the shocking twist. A call from the hospital. Today's doctor called him and informed him the test done earlier had been wrong. Tunde was not sterile after all. Now, faced with the guilt and regret, he must confront the woman he once loved and a mother. The woman he rejected, he called names, he embarrassed, and he set up for public shame. He now asked to think of way to beg for forgiveness. Will Titi accept him back? Will he even listen to him at all? Can love survive such pain? Stay with us till the end of the bitter pill. A story that reminds us that mistakes can destroy love, but truth and forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds. Come along with us. And don't you ever come near my office again. Don't you ever come near anything that pertains to me again. Don't you ever in your life even call my name again. Who do you think you are? That was the shout and the scream of Titi in her office at the reception. Wow. Let's go back to where it all started. It's been more than a year now. Titi happened to be a very good journalist, diligent, humble, respectful, cherished and loved by friends and family. She happened to be the firstborn of her mother, a single mother of 3 girls. Titi's father left the mother with the 3 children when Titi was just 10 years old because all of them were girls and he wanted at least a boy. So Titi's mother took care of the children, and Titi now studied mass communication at University of Lagos. Graduated good honor and is now working at a media house on the island. One fateful day, a gentleman came to their media house for business transaction. One thing led to the other, the path crossed. They exchanged numbers. And since that time, they started dating. And Titi happens to live with her mom at Egbeda in Lagos in Alemosho local government area, while Dayo has his apartment in Surulere. So 4 months into the relationship, Dayo proposed to Titi that because Surulere is nearer to her office, she should at least move in with him to ease her traffic stress. And because they are workers, sometimes they do shift. And when they do night shift, they leave in the morning and early hours, getting back home, need to rest. And so she told her mom, and her mom was reluctant. Said, no, it's better, you have been coping with it all this while. Let's continue. Well, if God says two of you get married, by the time you do the normal rites, then you can. But Titi put pressure on her mom that it will make her stress easier. And Dayo really showed that he loved her. The mom agreed, do not with her whole heart, and they started living together. To make Titi's journey to and from the office relatively easier, he made a car available to her. And then one day Titi got back from work and said, well, I just gave some of my colleagues ride to barracks bus stop. Dayo was angry and fiercely shouted at her, you did what? Gave who ride? Those broadcasters. They are loose girls. They are this. He called them various unprintable names. Titi was shocked. See, they are my colleagues. They are reasonable girls. They are fine girls. They are ladies. Some of them are already in their own engagement yet. And what is all this you are saying? For peace sake, she said, okay. And they continued. Because of that, she reduced her relationship with her colleagues in the office, and they found that she was becoming cold unto them. So Cynthia, a very closest friend in the office, asked her, since you have observed that you've not been free, you have been scowling, your face has been screwed up most of the time, you're not happy again. What could be the problem? You know you can trust me with whatever is troubling you. She opened up to Cynthia. Cynthia told her, well, don't worry. It's for a time it will fly. Maybe they didn't understand. Maybe that's the best in you. So one day, Titi got back from work, and before then she had been having some minor ailments. And that you had suggested to her to make sure she find time to go to the clinic for a proper medical checkup to know what could be wrong so that they know the proper medication they will prescribe for her. She went to the clinic, she got home, and then prepared dinner. During the dinner, it was a very sweet meal, and that even complimented, even sang, say, I bless the day I found you. I love to stay. Ah, you are very wonderful. Ah, your meals are awesome. They're out of this world. Titi smiled, say, thank you. Say, I have some good news for you. Say, well, what is the report from the test we did at the clinic, Titi said, well, nothing to worry about is good news. You'll soon be a father. The countenance of Dayo changed immediately. It became like, I don't know how to describe it. His voice bawled out. What? Titi said, I'm pregnant. Said, you are pregnant? What? Where did you pick it from? So you have tried. I warned you about those girls. You should not go around with those girls again. You should. It came on again with all those negativities and all the shouts. Titi was dumb, poleaxed, embarrassed, shocked to her marrow. She just opened her eyes. She opened her mouth. She could not talk. What? Went to call out her voice. What did he just say? You're calling me names. You are denying. You know you're the first man in my life. Yes, I knew. I knew I deflowered you. But after that, who knows what you have been going around with those girls and those people, clients that come to your office. Hey! I don't know where you got that thing in your tummy from. Before I come back home tomorrow, make sure you pack everything that belongs to you to the last pin. Don't let me meet you in this house when I come back tomorrow. Titi was still dumbfounded. Tears even refused to come. She just opened her eyes wide and just fixed to it. She was literally shaking. Could not believe what she just. Unfortunately, she had set her phone to record the scene, that to just record the countenance of Dayo expecting him to be so happy, to be so thrilled. She wanted to just capture on camera the scene on his face when she delivered the good news of her pregnancy to him. However, what the phone captured was this bizarre scene just narrated, where she called her mom, informed her mom about the whole thing. The mom said, well, you my baby. Even though I tried to discourage you from moving with him, you see now. Then come on. A lot of various thoughts passed across her mind. She wanted to just get rid of the pregnancy, but she knew that she had not been messing around. She's been faithful and she's not the type. She knew Tayo is the father of the child. But because of his attitude, his temperament, his utterances, his thinking, she just didn't want to have anything to do with him again. But her mom and her friend Cynthia encouraged her that don't do anything stupid that you will regret when tomorrow comes. With that, she took heart. It was a tough time for her also in the office, because Dayo took the car. When they, what happened to your car? They see that her countenance, to be able to get out of that shock, it was really a traumatic experience for her. So some of her colleagues noticed these things and then started talking, side talks and things like that. The months passed by, the pregnancy now became more evident. And then one fateful day, she was about to go for antenatal clinic session at the clinic or the hospital given to them by the station, by the media house. When she got a call from the receptionist that she's having a visitor, said, who could be coming to check her? And the journalist said that, he said, dear what? That's when she screamed and she got there and said, that never you call my name. Then Dayo literally knelt down and decided to plead on his knees, say, I'm sorry for everything I've said, I've done to you. Titi will not have anything to do with whatever he was saying. Cynthia quickly came when she heard the noise. And the producer, our boss in the office, came also to the scene and said, what? Who was disturbed? Because they were aware of the trauma she has been passing through in the last couple of weeks. When they saw Dayo, their anger came up again also, saying, this man that put our darling friend in the office, this diligent, gentle, humble, outstanding lady through this trauma. But he held the ankle of the producer and said, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. Please, help me to plead with her. Can I see you in your car? Can I meet with you in your office just for some minutes, sir? I said, okay, come along. So he got to the producer office and narrated his whole story about how he was diagnosed to be sterile, and then he didn't inform her. So by the time she now came to tell him that she was pregnant, she was saying that he couldn't be the father because medically he had been diagnosed to be sterile, that his farm could not father it. So where could she have gotten the baby from? That's how he reacted the way he reacted. And then some days back, he got a call from his doctor that he should come to his office, that there seems to have been some error in earlier tests done for him and in the earlier report, that there is high probability that he could still father a child, that some other tests had to be done. So he went through some new set of tests and he found that, yes, he could still father a child, though under some unique circumstances, which happens to be the one that has happened with Titi because of her unique genotype and the blood system. And now the doctor told him that he had made one of the worst mistakes of his life. He should go and look for the lady and apologize to her. So that's how he came to the office, pleading. Well, Cynthia was as the closest friend and has been the pillar of support, psychologically and emotionally and physically, for Titi all the while. Cynthia said, Titi, my sister and friend, this is a bitter pill that you may have to swallow. She repeated, Titi, this is a bitter pill that you might have to swallow. You have to forgive me. So that's how Titi said, well, go and meet my mom first. I just don't want to have time to think. I don't want to talk to you, please. So Cynthia went with her to the clinic. Dayo went straight to Titi's mom to explain himself and to plead for forgiveness and for mercy to God. And that's how the whole thing got resolved. And Titi's mom had to tell her, well, it's a bitter pill that we have to swallow. We know he loves you. Whatever got into him, and he promised never ever to do anything to hurt her feelings, either physically or psychologically or emotionally again. So the two families met and they organized the family introduction, the engagements, the legal wedding was done at Ikoyi Registry, Lagos, and the reception was done, and it was a glorious party. Thanks for listening. God bless you.